Hello everyone, I'm Nate and welcome to the channel. Today I have another review for you from Thesis YoYos. It's been a while since we've seen something new from Thesis. Their first two yo-yos have been very successful, particularly the Delrin yo-yo that they have. It's so good, been really well received. But this is actually the Hypothesis, which is a bimetal sort of version inspired by their very first debut yo-yo, the Synthesis. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the Hypothesis. So this is the first bimetal from Thesis YoYos. I have it here in this pink. If you are familiar with the profile of the Synthesis, this is very similar to that. I did a review of that a while back, it seems like forever ago, but you can find that on my channel if you are interested in that and checking out a little bit more, maybe some of the comparisons. And so, yeah, bimetal yo-yo. It's gonna have, of course, a little bit more power, a lot more rim weight, and just a lot more of that performance sort of quality that you're looking for in a bimetal, right? Stainless steel rings or rims, and nice blast there, and just quality overall, nice shape, nice sort of wide V shape. A little bit of a smoothed out edge there, so it's not kind of like going to be a sharp edge on a catch. It's going to be fairly comfortable on a catch, but nice and wide gap there. Very friendly for that competition. And then the bowls here are pretty flat in the center, but raised, got a little bit of a space there so that you can also do, you know, finger spins and so on fairly well. No IRG, but you could probably tilt it if you wish. The blast is really nice and shiny on there, but that pink looks real nice with that blast. It definitely has that sort of a diamond-esque sort of look to it. Real nice, really good design, simple aesthetic sort of line there, nothing crazy, fairly nice gap there. Overall, nice at width, nothing too wide, nothing too large in diameter. It's gonna be just a really nice, solid bimetal design, quality design, nothing super gimmicky, and kind of straightforward in the design approach. So, real nice. Let's go play it, see how it plays on the string. All right, let's go. All right, so the Hypothesis. Here we are on the string talking about it so from Thesis. Yeah, I like the theme of that, Thesis. All their yo-yos have that sort of Greek philosophy, Greek culture, what have you. So the Hypothesis. My hypothesis is that this is a solid bimetal yo-yo. All right, let's go ahead and talk about just a few of those standard tricks, see how it performs with that. You know, one of the things that you're looking for in just more of a competition-friendly yo-yo is a good solid gap that's really, you can be able to do a lot of string wraps and not feel like you're losing a lot of momentum and a lot of spin time. So there's 4, and still nice and snappy binds, really quality on that. As far as how it performs with horizontal, it does really well. Let's see how, if we were to just kind of hold this up against here. All right, now there's a little bit of drag there, but this gap here, it pulls up just ever so slightly, so that when you're actually taking it off the plane and you're doing horizontal tricks, it feels fairly well balanced and centered. That bimetal design is very well balanced. So yeah, solid balance on this yo-yo, just really good stability. I feel like it's just not tilting whatsoever. Let's go ahead and do continue testing that gap and look for rejections. So yeah, rejections are going to be really nice on there. I found this little rejection trick. I don't know, it's kind of fun and smooth if you do it right. You know, it's like that. It's kind of fun. So as you're coming around, pull it, reject it out the back, and you can kind of mess with that. The feel on the string, it's not a very wide yo-yo, so it doesn't have a lot of that super float quality to it. It's not an oversized yo-yo. Diameter-wise, width-wise, it's pretty well balanced. It's not over-exaggerated in either one. And so it feels kind of very solid. It's not super light feeling on the string. You just kind of feel that it's kind of there all the time. I kind of talked about that with spiral, throw spiral that I talked about last week with the Kappa, that it was, you just feel it on the string. It's just very solid playing, and it feel like you're in control a lot, which is good. Like, it depends on what your preference is for competition. I think a lot of people like a more nimble, lighter yo-yo. You can push this yo-yo. You know, you're going to be able to do more of those speed combos if you wish. But I think it's nice that it's a not crazy wide diameter. So if you're into like tech tricks and things like that, you're going to be able to kind of pull those into those smaller pockets fairly well. Let's go ahead and try to do a finger spin here. I did not throw that very well, but you can see it as it flattens out. It does wobble around a little bit, so I'm not sure how long of a finger spin you're going to be able to pull off before you kind of feel like you're losing. Yeah, see, like right there, kind of felt like I was losing it a little bit because it's not going to center. So if that's your thing, you're going to have to tilt it a fair amount. Not crazy. I didn't have to tilt it too much if you're going to try to do some kind of thumb grind or something like that. The blast on that is really nice as well. Very silky smooth, and that really shows the balance of this yo-yo too. Yeah, really easy to hit gap. It's nice and wide for that, but not, again, not overly exaggerated width on this. Really nice and comfortable. So it's gonna kind of fit pretty much everyone's hands, really nice. On a catch, it feels really comfortable. It flattens out enough there that I'm not feeling like, you know, it's such an over exaggerated V shape that it's just kind of like cutting into your hand a little bit on those corners. So really nice and deliberate design there. Very smooth too. Nice and smooth bimetal. Yeah, quality. Very nice. All right, I'm gonna show you this trick here, like I said, this rejection that I found, okay? It looks like that. Timing is everything with this trick, okay? And it's not very difficult. It's just kind of a flashy little element, okay? But you can spin this around, and as you're coming back around, as the momentum is coming back, you're gonna reject out the back, okay? And you wanna try to do it all in one motion. So, and then the idea is to land it back on a trapeze, and you could repeat this, or you could go into something else, right? And go into another part of a trick, or throw it into a combo, but I think it looks nice. Another thing you could do is like that, where you're kind of doing cross arm, and you could go into a bind. So that's a good way to maybe finish. It was not a very clean bind, but you could finish a trick with that or something like that. But I don't know, I just kind of like that flow. You could even reject it out the front, you know, and then maybe try to get into another mount, maybe like a 1.5 mount. If you're quick enough, maybe you can even undermount it all in one motion. Let's see if I can do that. You have a weird flip on the front here. Oops. There you go. So it's not a 1.5. It's, you got this loop over, but you could brand it and get back into a 1.5. So that's kind of fun. Anyways, it's kind of a cool little, very, very simple rejection. I'm sure I'm not the first one to find this by any means, but I thought it was kind of fun. Yeah. All right, so mess with it. Find something unique with it. So that is the Hypothesis from Thesis YoYos. Real nice. I like it. Really good bimetal. Great first bimetal. Nothing too insane. It's a good homage to their first yo-yo, which was successful, and a great yo-yo, great plain monometal. And so the design work was already there, so it was really smart for them to kind of return to that design and say, all right, how can we adapt this to make this a bimetal? Because it was a great yo-yo in the first place. Really nice competition friendly shape as well. And so it made sense to kind of then morph that into a bimetal design. So quality here, I think you're gonna like it. I think it's gonna be a nice thing to get people's attention back to Thesis, who maybe have kind of forgotten them and hadn't maybe played with one of the yo-yos for a while. All right, that's gonna do it for my review of the Hypothesis from Thesis YoYos. Until the next one, later.